Hi, welcome to Quirky Queen's Journals. My name's Kirsten. So, I've just been playing about with the pan pastels on the gel plate. What I'm doing here, I'm just putting them all over basically. These are makeup sponges. Just buy them cheap in the UK. Not so keen on the triangular ones. These ones work much better. Brown ones give you, the square ones give you a good spread. There's also some leftover pan pastel from before, so we're getting a bit of a build up here, which I like. It might seem like, oh, pan pastels are expensive and you're putting quite a lot out. I'm not a big fan of them. I don't use them very much. It's actually the best thing I've found for them. If you don't have pan pastels, just rub some chalk pastels on paper and then use the paper on the gel plate like a transfer. Now this gives us a couple of pulls as well. So you just use whatever colour you want here. I think I'll use a bit of iridescent turquoise. Magenta. I'm using the big one because I'm not going to use any fluid paints, and the big brayer makes a big difference. Sorry, the postman came to the door for my parcels and the dogs get very excited. Okay, so iridescent turquoise and magenta. I'm not overly mixing. Now what I like about putting the pan pastels down in this way is it gives more of a matte finish. So what I'm finding is, like, I'm actually rolling off the brayer. I don't normally do that, I'm a bit lazy. But I've been good lately doing it. Let me set out the stencils and then I'll show you. I've also cut some much bigger stencils because what I'm doing is I'm using old prints. I like this one with the teeth. Let's put it down a wee bit lower. Do you know, I don't think I've shown you my new favourite. Wherever it is. Oh, we'll find it. I plan to do a few. I was watching Eddie Makes Art this morning and he was updating all his old prints and I thought, oh, that's what I need to do because the pile is just getting out of control. Let's do this. Let's just get a solid in here. There. So I'm trying to find one that's got like this one. Let's use this. It's got a bit of a mix on it. This one here's what I was trying to find. I'm worried my desk is starting to become a health and safety hazard because I've not cleaned it in so long. Let me just look at it. It's a bit of a disaster. And then it's out of control, but We've still got a space in that corner. So it's not that bad. Now with the pan pastel, what I do find is, I need to put this up. I do need to leave this on longer than I normally would, because it takes a wee bit to pull the pan pastel up as well. So I've got a couple here. So I've done this one with it, and that's actually the purples from the pan pastel, and then I think I used this as the paint colour on top of it. But what I like here is there's a real definition, even though the colour palette's similar, there's a real definition between the shapes and the background, the negative space. So what was the background before the purple and light blue got put on is now the shapes, and I really like that. This one here, so the other thing about this as well is it's actually developed it's almost like a light blue outline from the paint, and I really like that too. In this one there is no outline, it's very, very crisp, very crisp. But do you see them? I know this is quite matte looking, but this is more matte looking. There's a definite, not a definition, there's a definite difference between the shapes and the background, and that's what I'm liking, and that's the pan pastel. So this was, I think it was this turquoise green, and that was a red pan pastel. So this one to me, these two to me are, once obviously we cut off the edges, I would probably put these onto, you know, like a wooden board or something. In fact, I might do one on camera with you, because it stretches it out. It allows you to choose the areas, you know, that you're most happy with. I've done it before on a cradle board. Let me show you. In fact, I've actually done it a few times. So that was an alcohol ink gel print on tissue paper that I've put onto a cradled board. I think I put white gesso down first. Now this is 3 gel prints. That's alcohol inks, that's flowers. That is actually this ink. This is fountain pen ink, and it's called Quink. It's Parker Quink ink. I can't speak for other fountain pen inks, but that's what that was. These are all made in the gel plate. So when you put out that drawing ink, you know, the fountain pen ink, it beads, but when you lay the flowers down and then the paper down, you know, it does work out. Because when you pull out that first layer, all the beaded ink's pressed into with the flowers. So the next layer pulls up the flower image. So, and then that one's a bit, that needs more. And this one is one that, yeah, I added to. I like this one. I think the all over pattern on when there's quite a big focal point and it works on its own. This one works together. This one I've added to with oil pastel and paint, and I'm not so keen on. And this one's just, the pattern is not strong enough and there isn't a focal point, but we'll add to this one like I did to that one. Anyway, let's have a look at this. See if we've got anything yet. So I would say, I don't think there's a lot of the pan pastel come up yet, but could have left it down longer. That's okay, that needs more. But look at this. This is the magic bit. This is the magic. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to put another colour over it. I expected more from this. Should have left it for longer because look, you can see some of the yellow coming up there. You really do need to leave it for... Oh, there's another one that I did as well that I quite liked. It's a bit messy, but you can see there the matteness of the pan pastel. So this one, I'm going to put a layer of paint over, but I'm going to use it on a fresh sheet. Then we'll use this light blue. We need a really bright colour. Do you know what? Let's use white. Titanium buff. This has been on for 45 minutes probably. So you can see we've got a lot more of the pan pastel come up. Let's use Naples yellow and some unbleached titanium. That's a lovely colour combination actually. The unbleached titanium can be a bit blah, and I think that the Naples yellow just... Both colours can be a bit blah. Right, just looking for one now to... Thinking this one. Might just leave that there actually. Okay, so I'm going to leave this for a good 10 or 15 minutes, I think. I like how that one's worked out. Prussian blue. This is not the best print, so but it's got a lot of blue in it. Let's try this. Leave it for 10 to 15 minutes. I love how that's looking. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this off and start again. There we go. Right, let me choose another colour. I do want to use the yellow again, and what I'm going to do is take one of these for it. It does take a while to put on, but you do get a good build up so that you get quite a lot of shots out of it. And obviously you could mix the colours you're putting on. I just like having the single colour mostly, because I'm putting in a lot of variety with the stencils. Bit of Prussian blue in with it, see what happens. I'm tempted to put it over this. Just let it sit for 5 minutes. I'm very glad I chose this one to put it on. Makes me think of people dancing. Right, what I want to do this time is actually put another layer of stencils on rather than just lift this as a print. So I'm going to put another full colour over, alizarin crimson. I'm going to put in a touch of this yellow easel. I'm actually quite excited to see this one. I think the introduction of the red will just help provide that contrast that's needed. Okay, let's leave it. Okay, let's have a look. This needs a finisher. It needs a big block stencils just to finish it. But wow, you know, with much less going on than there is here. Turquoise green and some iridescent green blue. Right, that'll need 10 minutes anyway. Want to get as much off as I can. that's okay. It's picked up a lot of the yellow that was left. Still quite a lot of yellow in there, so I think we'll add in another pan pastel. Don't think I've used the blue yet. So I think that blue and yellow will make some green in areas, which will be nice. I think using the pan pastels adds even more surprise to what comes off the plate when you pull the print. Okay, this is very pink. Going to put it back over this one. Right, going to leave it. So we're getting a lot of that pan pastel up. We want to take a wee bit more from round there. It'll come. It's not coming. I think this is very nice, that combination. Right, I think we need to use green. Use this actually. Whoops. Slightly more than I intended there. know I've got a phthalo green here somewhere. I put far too much paint out. Full coat. Right, 10-15 minutes for that. I really like that. Right, let's try this and put it on. So I'm hoping this kind of repetitive large stencils will help give a finished look. Yes. So I'm going to put a transparent colour over this. Yellow easel. Okay, leave that for 2 or 3 minutes. It's not wonderful. I'm going to use this one again. Right, we'll give it 5 minutes. Excellent. I've got so much more footage I could show you, but it's quite repetitive to what we've done already. So here's a few of them, and thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon, and take care. And I hope you enjoyed. Always forget to say something. Bye. There's a couple more. Right, usually I run out of space to say cheerio. Thank you. Bye.